Trading is gambling. I'm sure a lot of traders are going to disagree with this, but by the end of this video, I'm going to prove to you without a shadow of a doubt that most traders are gambling. Gambling is the act of risking money or something of value on an event with an uncertain outcome, primarily with the intention of winning additional money or material goods. That is what gambling is. You're betting on an event that has an uncertain outcome with the intention of winning additional money or material goods. Does this sound familiar? I'm sure this sounds familiar because we do not know the result of our next trade. We don't know if it's going to be a winner. We don't know if it's going to be a loser. So by definition, we are gambling. We're risking money on an event with an uncertain outcome with the intention of making additional money. That is what we as traders do. You don't know the outcome of your next trade. It is uncertain. To remove the gambling aspect from trading, you have to have a system. This is the only way that we can remove the gambling aspect from trading. That is the only way. There is no other way to remove the gambling aspect from trading other than having a system or a strategy backed up by data. And I'm not talking about data from like a few months. I'm talking about intensive data. I'm talking about years back of data, using the same system to see if the system has an edge in the long run. That is the only way that you're going to make this thing into a business. That is the only way that you're going to take this thing seriously. And that is the only way that you're going to know and believe in yourself and have confidence in yourself that the edge that you have, the system that you have, is going to play out in the long run. There's no way you can know that unless you have data far back, intensive data from years back. That is the only way you can remove the gambling aspect from trading. I don't care if you feel like your strategy is performing great. I don't care if you feel like your strategy is undefeatable, but just give it time. You need a lot of time to know if your edge truly stands in different market conditions. Because, okay, cool, your edge may be giving you great results now, but in the long run, will it continue to give you a good, positive result? You don't know that. So that is why having a system backed up by data removes the gambling from trading. Now you're no longer gambling. Now you're doing things based on data, based on a proven system, a back-tested system. You have years of data on this system, so you're confident that it will continue to play out in the long run. And even having a system can fail sometimes because past performances is not indicative of future performance. But at least you know that it's been tested years back and it's flourished in different market conditions. Now you're removing the gambling from trading. Now it's no longer gambling. Now you're just doing things based on data. Because now you're not risking money on an event with an uncertain outcome. Now you have an idea of the outcome. You have maybe in percentage wise. So now you know that this system that I have back tested years back has a win rate of maybe 60%. It's gone through multiple market conditions and it still gave a positive result. Now you're not risking money on an event with an uncertain outcome. Now you have an idea of the outcome that it should produce. So having a system backed up by data is what separates professional traders from gamblers. That is it. You have to make trading a numbers thing. You have to make trading a data-driven thing. It shouldn't be random. Nothing you should do in trading should be random. Your executions should not be random. Sounds very simple, but putting it in action is the hardest part. Because now you have to go back, back testing. It takes a long time to collect this intensive data, but it is very necessary. It's hard to spend hours collecting data. Hours, even days, weeks, just collecting data on your system. It's hard. Nobody wants to do that excruciating work. It's hard. That is why a lot of us don't do it. That is why 95% of traders are gamblers, because we're just taking random trades. Our trades are not backed up by any sort of data. Our trades are not backed up by any system. So if you're randomly taking trades, or if you're taking trades that's not even backed up by data, we are gambling. By definition, we are gambling. It is as simple as that. There's no way around it. If you're taking a trade and you don't have data based on this trade, you're just taking the trade because you feel like you've seen the setup before, and you're trying to use your memory to take a trade based on your memory. You feel like you've seen this thing present itself before. You're gambling. Our memories fail us all the time. That's why we need data. We need something tangible, something we can rely on. And the only thing we can rely on are numbers. The only thing we can rely on that does not change, that's never going to fail us, are numbers, data points, on our strategies, percentages. These are the only things that are going to help us stay in this game. It's having this data, having our system, following it, because we know it is backed up by data, and we know that as long as we follow it, it's going to produce a positive result, and just stick to that same system that has data, proven data, then it's inevitable that you will be profitable, because you're following your system, you're following your edge, you're following the data, you're not chasing randomness. We're trying to make this thing something we can rely on for a lifetime. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend as if I have all the answers. The system I'm using right now only has about 1.5 years worth of data, but I understand that I need to go back and collect more data so that I can have a more solid system. The more data you have, the more solid your system is. You can't just build your whole system around one market condition, because when the market changes, it's going to fail. It's going to start failing. It happens all the time. So I'm just coming to these realizations, and anytime I come to these realizations, I want to share it with you guys, because throughout my experience, I wish I had people, I wish I had mentors who taught me these things. I wish there were people who emphasized on the importance of collecting data. I wish there were people who did that. A lot of traders focus on strategies or how you can flip accounts or whatever, but they don't emphasize on the importance of collecting data. It is very important, and I wish I had somebody to tell me that and nail that into my head when I was beginning, because I feel like it would have shortened my journey, because I would have known and I would have understood the importance of it. I would have had somebody who's been through it to sit here and tell me that, dude, if you're not collecting data, you're gambling. If your system is not backed up by data, if you don't have something that you can go look at and see your result or your outcome, your performance from years back using that system, your performance from months, you're gambling. I'm sorry to tell you, you are gambling. A lot of traders believe that they're not gambling. They feel like this strategy is the best strategy because this person says so, or this person is using this strategy and they're making trillions of dollars, and you feel like you can use that same strategy without having any data backed up on it, and you feel like you could just use it and also make $1 trillion. Good luck. Good luck on your journey. But I am here to tell you that the best thing you can do for trading is collect data, intensive data, build a system. Your system has to be backed up by this data you collect. So firstly, you have to collect the data. You have to collect intensive data. And then based on what the data is telling you, you build a system around it. That is how you can make it in trading long term. This system can look like using this strategy at certain times, during certain time windows. Perhaps these time windows are where the strategy works the most. You will not know that unless you collect the data. Just something like that. That is how you build a system. This strategy works during this time window, so I'm only going to try to use this strategy during this time window because I've collected the data and I know that usually this strategy plays out in this time window. So that is the only time I'm going to trade. I'm going to limit myself to 1 or 2 trades, or maybe 3 trades, whatever you want to do, but it all has to be backed up by data. The markets are unforgiving. The markets will not forgive you for not having data on your strategy. The market will not forgive you for anything. So the quicker you understand the importance of data collection, the better it will be for your trading, and the faster you can remove the gambling aspect from your trading. So that's all I have for you guys. You know, I think about trading a lot. I think about the journey. I think about the sacrifices you have to make. I think about ways to improve my trading all the time. So whenever I have these things, I feel like coming out and sharing it with you guys, because I wish I had somebody, a mentor or somebody telling me these important things about my trading. I feel like it would have helped improve my trading way quicker. Not just use the strategy and you can 10x your money or you can 20x your money. Those things I feel like paint an unrealistic image for trading. These things are cool and all, but they're not important. The most important thing is treating trading like a business. That is the only way you can be successful in this game long term. And the only way to treat it like a business is to take the guessing out of it. You're not guessing. You have a whole system that is backed up by data. So I hope you guys now understand what exactly makes trading gambling and how you can remove the gambling from trading. And I hope you guys start implementing these things into your own trading so you can start seeing these results in real time. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn on that bell notification so you can be the first to receive my videos. I'm always dropping these gems, so you want to be the first to receive my videos so you can start implementing these things and start seeing improvements in your trading. I have a trading Discord community. If you want to be a part of that, the link is going to be in my description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Let us trade responsibly and take the gambling away from trading. Peace out.